it is kind of hard for, in this case, men on the autism spectrum to shift quickly for a variety of reasons. One of, and I'm not saying you have the unexecutive function deficit, shifting focus, and also working memory. So one of the issues that gets in the way of doing things on the fly, to use your terminology, is the shifting focus problem. And that's the ability to shift attention if something changes, being able to change how something is being done when asked, being able to see multiple possible solutions to a problem. So that's one thing that can be going on. Another thing is, if he has ASD level 1, he's going to want to establish a fairly strict routine, does really well and thrives and almost insists on structure, doesn't like change, especially surprise change. So now we're not talking about an executive function deficit anymore. We're talking about the need for predictability. Because if he has ASD level 1, he's going to have some mind blindness issues, some executive function issues, some emotions blindness issues, some anxiety, some problems with prediction, and a few other things. Not everything. On a scale of 1 to 10 at a level 10, you'll have some of these things at different levels, which translates into a life of a lot of unpredictability. And so if he has ASD level 1, he's going to feel that life is very unpredictable. I don't understand why people think the way they do, why they feel the way they do. I don't really understand their motives and opinions, and I'm having a hard time predicting outcomes when there's social and emotional nuances involved. So a ton of unpredictability there. And so what would you do if you had a bunch of unpredictability and daily, sometimes all day long? You would try to establish as much predictability as possible. And one of the ways you do that is to insist on structure and routine and to really have a dislike for change. So those are the two big things that can contribute to the problem that we're talking about: a shifting focus, executive function deficit, and a need for predictability. If I have that executive function deficit and if I have a need for predictability, then that really makes adjusting spur of the moment exceedingly difficult. So we first have to recognize that that's going to be a huge challenge. And one obvious thing to do, and you're already doing it, I'm sure, is just to know that I've got all these ducks in a row now this morning because I'm predicting how things are going to roll. But by the day's end, these ducks are going to be jumbled up. So the one answer to the question, which is very weak, is just count on things going off schedule. Mm-hmm. And what's the benefit of that? That doesn't really help me to know what to do in the spur of the moment. True, but it does help me to not be knocked out of my tree when the unexpected shows up. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing that goes on with ASD level 1 is he has a hard time generalizing from one situation to the next. And so he kind of has to learn things on an individual basis, almost through rote memory. Mm-hmm. So now we have to have the discussion of what are some of the things. I'm going to look for themes and patterns, because not everything is random. There might be 10 things that get off course in a day, but there is some kind of theme or pattern in this supposed chaos. So what are some things that tend to go off your original calculation as the day rolls on? Hey guys, this is Mark. Click on the join button underneath any of my videos, then click on members only videos, and then click on join. And for $9.99 a month, you'll have access to members only videos, which are excerpts from previous workshops I've conducted for NT partners, ASD partners, and the neurodiverse couple. New videos will be uploaded weekly.